Alright, here's my 1961 23 window bus. Doesn't look like a 61, but the VIN number verifies that it was built in September of 1960. What they ended up doing was cutting those out and putting in late model turn signals and tail lights. This is pretty much the condition I bought it in. I bought it back in 1996, and the guy said he just had it painted and it wouldn't start, so they pushed it off the trailer and it sat for 10 years until I came and found it. As you can see, this trim, or obviously this should be the top color, but as cheap paint job or whatever it is, they found it easier to hide it under the trim, which isn't in bad shape. It's missing some little doodads there, and the let's see if I can show you here. This right here is the Sole Survivor. Sole Survivor, the only one. Actually, I had a half as well, but that didn't. It's since been lost. This corner is crunched. Can see if I can show you that. Get my light. They didn't bother fixing that. So that's on the to-do list. When I bought it, I took the gas tank out, kind of redid that. This is not an original engine. It had a gas heater, which I'll show you here in a minute. This was an external oil cooler frame that I'd built. And one time I had a 1835 in here with dual Weber 40s. Blew that up. And then I built a 2017 for it. And I ended up having to move. Kind of life got a hold of me for a minute. It's got some stuff right here. Dings. The doors are, let's see, I don't know if you can see that. Doors are a little, this one's not so bad, it's this other one. This other one's pretty worse. This other one's worse. It's filled with stuff. When I got it, it didn't have any interior. It had this half of a bench seat. And then happened to be acquaintances with a guy who had a 21 that put some Westy interior in there, and he gave me a top half. I did have some door panels, back hatch panel, some side door panels. That I took off. That rear apron I took off. It's pretty mangled. I have another one back there, and it came with, I think what they did was they ended up parting out a 66 or 67 Combi, because if you look in the front, I got a black seat. I think behind here is the original top half. Nope, AB. I haven't looked at this thing in a long time. When they had painted it, they'd painted the rubber seals, and they just kind of got all rotted out. That's some of the bad. That's about it right there. The doors don't look too bad. I kind of threw the door panels on, I had them on for quite some time. Let's see, it's over here. just down there, a little bit there, and there's some rust there. An original horn button, all the paint kind of chipped off. I'm not sure if they added this. I don't believe it was standard on a 61, because I do have my fuel reserve right there, which does have the valve. The dash isn't too torn up at all. It's got a little, oh geez, hang on. Come on. It's got a little cutout right there for something. I don't think this knob, I think that was added. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Let's see, like this here, this is not deluxe painted. The worst part of this story is that when I first bought it, I had taken it to a guy who had a shop, and there was another guy there who also had a shop, and this handle was a gold. It had the rib right down the center. It was nice. And the guy said, "Oh, you've got the wrong one." So I'm like, "Hey, alright, you know, this is the second day I owned it," and he swapped it out for me for that thing. And the next time I went down there, his buddy said, "Oh yeah, you had the right one." And so I got robbed of a nice gold $300 handle because the guy wanted it for his barn door deluxe. Yeah, thanks. I ended up, it came with those rims, little 14ers. I ended up picking up a spare set of these smoothies, which, yeah, I don't know, I heard they can go on buses. And then those were my spare rims while I ended up working on these. I got some correct 15s. They're not year correct, but I don't you know, plan on concourse in this thing. Some of the dates are, there's a 59 in here, there's a 60. I mean, I looked at the dates when I first bought it, but I wasn't too much concerned about dates. I just wanted it, I just wanted the rim style. Let's see if I can show you what the floor pan looks like. Hang on, let's see. Let's see, what's this? I still have an original rubber mat. That's about it for the rust in there. It's just that. Cancer. He had put some black stuff on it to keep it from rusting further. And then, you know, I had a garage for a long time, and I really only drove this thing for 2 years since I've owned it. 96. I think, like Jeremy said, or at Volkswagen, some of the best garage finds are in your own garage. I don't know what constitutes a barn find. I mean, it was sitting for 10 years when I found it, so I don't know if that's considered a barn find. And I've had it sitting for about 19, so it's probably still considered a barn find. Here's an extra. Maybe that's the valve. That might be the valve, and I might just have a stem in there. Here's the gas heater. This video is going to be kind of whack. Sorry, guys. I just want to get a video up of this thing. I know Dan Love's been waiting for one. Alright, so this is my 1961 bus. 23 windows, barn find. Thanks for watching.